Yeah, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to our head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all you Akim, out there doing this work in sincerity and charity, Salakia, risking your lives to do truth. So, to you I salute. This is the brother Yahweh from the GMS Bombers Camp. Back at you with a lesson. You know, and what inspired me to do this lesson is a lesson with a video with one of the brothers them posts, which I believe is Brother Zaya 1, in the group with one of the brothers, you know, give a testimony where he had a stroke, and to be real about it, it really scared me. You know, it put fear in me. You know, it made me fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai even more. You know, for what the brother say he been through. You know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had the brother through the fire. He was Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tried that brother. He was tried. You know, he been through the fire. You know, and I think he was purified. You know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai take all the residue from him, and he was purified because of the testimony the brother give. It was really it bring me to a point where I almost cried. You know, just thinking about it, you know, as he was explaining it and giving you the full details of what he was going through and what he been through. But yet the brother never give up. The brother never give up on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even though, and he realized, the brother even realized it was chastisement from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because he believed. You know, and he also stated whereby Yahweh Bashem Yahushai could have just take him and put him in the spirit world. Take the spirit and take it from him. But the brother never give up. The brother never give up, and it's a beautiful thing to see the way Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wake too with the brothers, the believers in this faith, the believers in Mashiach. And this brother really believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because he never give up. Even though Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was chastising him, he was purified. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tried him. That brother was tried. That brother was true. He was in the furnace. He been in the fire. According to his testimony, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had this brother in the fire. And this brother was doing the work even before this happened, so he never give up. He never give up. He continued to do the work even after he come out of that state. And the brother even speak whereby where he couldn't talk and he wanted to do the video so bad, but he couldn't speak. He couldn't even see. But this brother never give up. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai always was on this brother's mind. He always had his mind and his thoughts on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But I know this brother was teaching before this even happened to him. He was teaching this truth. He was in this faith before it happened to him. He ain't just get into it after it happened to him. He get into this before this happened to him. But he never, like I say, he never give up. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had this brother through the fire. You know, the brother also indicated where he called the apostle, and the apostle tell him, man, you got to do a video. And he was anxious. This boy was excited that he could do a video, even though he couldn't speak well, but you could understand what the brother was saying. You could understand what the brother was teaching, and it's well at a fire, and he bring out, and he was telling about his testimony. He was telling about how Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had him through the fire. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. and I think he was purified. He was through the fire. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had him in the fire. He was through the fire, you know. And the brother now could speak, and he could tell the world, he could tell the body, GMS and the world about his testimony and what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know what I mean, had him put him through, you know. And I get scripture, because it's a beautiful thing to see, what that brother, what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai put that brother through, and how he come out. The brother even stated whereby he was the spirit leave his body 3 times. 3 times. The spirit leave his body 3 times. That's scary. And they revive him. They bring him back. But it ain't them. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was trying him, was chastising him. But the brother never give up. Now the brother could speak. and he could do his lessons again. The brother even stated whereby he learned how to walk again. But he could walk, he could speak, he could eat. And these things he couldn't do of his own, and say but almost 3 months, 3 to 4 months. So that was beautiful to know. That's the wakes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the brother realized that. And it's good that the brother still hold that faith. He hold firm. He ain't never give up. He ain't never give up. Even though he mightn't do much things for himself now, but the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can bring him whereby to that point where he can be able to be. I believe he can be able to do things for himself again. Be able to go to work and take care of his family and himself and continue to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And I truly believe that. This book of 2 Corinthians 5 and 11. And it reads, say, knowing therefore the terror of the Most High, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and trust also are made manifest in your consciences. And we know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai delivered this brother, that was chastising this brother. Now this brother could teach again. He could persuade men by teaching the truth, teaching the 100% doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And it's a beautiful thing. This brother could come back and do this. And it's a beautiful testimony that the brother, bring forward. The brother never give up. The brother never give up. The brother was saying too, he wish he could have. It was always in the brother mind where he could have. He wanted to teach, but he couldn't speak. He couldn't move. But he never take his mind. He never take his thought. He never give up on serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even within his thoughts. He couldn't speak and he couldn't move. He couldn't do nothing, but he always had it in his mind that he could still save Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And he realized what he was going through was chastisement from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The brother also indicated that he ain't know what the spirit was in that body now, what in his body now. He don't know what wrong that spirit did in the ancient days, or back in the days before the spirit entered the body, what he has now. And of course Yahweh Bashem Yahushai did that to him, but he accept that. And pray. He honor Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for doing that. Because he realized Yahweh Bashem Yahushai put him through the fire. But like I say, the brother never give up. The brother never give up, and it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Get the book of Luke 9 and 62. And it reads, and Yahushai said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. And I believe this brother is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. This brother, right, he like I say, he done been through the fire. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, try this brother. He's purified. And according to this brother testimony and what he been through, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai purified him. He is purified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I believe this brother's a part of the 144,000 elect men that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai choose on this planet, right? And that brother, wow, that's a beautiful brother, because he never give up. That brother never give up on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even though he been through what he been through, and he understand. The brother also understand what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was putting him through. You know, and what amazed me too, and like I say, that put a lot of fear in me. You know, that the brother indicated that the spirit leave his body 3 times. 3 times the spirit leave this brother body 3 times. And they revive him and bring him back. And this brother right back, and I believe he can be in a good state. Just time, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai can bring him around and bring him back. There's full mind and order that he'll be able to probably go out and teach, you know, go on the highways and the byways and probably do his lessons too as well. You know, the brother, like I said, he never give up. He never give up hope. He never give up faith. He always believe. You know, according to the brother testimony, you could hear the brother was faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He was a faithful brother even before it happened to him. And he never give up. He stayed within the faith. Even though he couldn't speak, he couldn't walk, he couldn't see, he couldn't talk. He never give up. And he was still teaching. He still was praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know? And that's the beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. You know, that's a beautiful thing. Just the book of Proverbs. It's the book of Proverbs 9 and 10. And it reads, say, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And this, like I said, the brother never give up. He always fear the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave him that knowledge whereby he never lose that, even though he was in a state whereby he couldn't speak and walk. He still never lose that. He had that in his mind. He always was thinking that. But, you know, the Most High know what you think before you even think it. So this brother was always praising and worshiping, and he was always teaching in his mind and believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we know this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, this is the way Yahweh Bashem Yahushai works. Like I said, this brother was tried. He was through the fire. This brother was through the fire. He was through the fire. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tried that brother. You know, and all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for that brother as well, because that testimony what that brother give, to see what that brother being through, you know, and we know all because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai did it. You know, that's to show you too, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you get a lot of brothers, they get in that state, and if they used to come out of that state, they probably end up back in the world. You know, they wouldn't even do what this brother was doing. Come back to the faith. Come back to teaching. Give up on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But like I said, this brother never, Salakia, never give up. You know, he never give up. And he realized that what he was going through was all because of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, all was because of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the water Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for the brother, because what that brother being through. And that testimony that, like I say, that put plenty fear in me. You know, was being a part of this body. You know, trying to do my best to stay in this faith and do the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, because to fall out of this faith or to leave, you know, I mean, only Yahweh Bashem Yahushai could take this out of you. You know, and he could do that. Don't think you doing this all because of yourself, or you doing this on your own. No. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the one who's keeping you in this. And if he want to take this from you, he could do that. You know, he could even kill you, bring you in a state whereby you could forget with this. You know, put you in a state whereby when you catch yourself again, you even didn't know what you've been doing before you even get to the state where you is. So it, like I say, it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful, you know. Like I say, that brother was tried. That brother being through the fire. Yahweh Shem I tried that brother, and that brother being through the fire. And I truly believe that brother is a part of the 144,000 elect men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, I truly believe that. You know, this is the book of Hebrews 10. Salakia. It's the book of Hebrews 10 and 31. Hebrews 10, 31, and read. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You could imagine you in this faith, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai just take the spirit from you. That's scary. That's a scary thing. You know, knowing that you was in this faith, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai just take the spirit from you. You know, because I listened to watch Salakia, a video with Apostle Daha and Apostle Rakah, where they two different videos, Salakia, you know, with the two different apostles speaking on different ends, where they speak about how a lot of the brothers followed this faith after the year 2000 come, and they was expecting the coming of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, but it didn't happen. So what they do, they give up. They give up. You know, they give up. After they realize the year 2000 coming and they ain't see the coming of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, they say, well, fuck, this ain't happen, it ain't coming. So that ain't that. It's a scary thing. Like I say, the scripture says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, knowing that you in this faith and you leave this faith, the Yahweh Shem Yahushai take this from you. That's a fearful thing, bro. That's a fearful thing. You gotta be scared. If you fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you can be scared. You gotta be scared to know what Yahweh Shem Yahushai could do to you. You know, but then you get a lot of the brothers would fall out of this. And they still don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They will saying this truth. They come out of this truth. At least Yahweh Shem Yahushai take it from them. And then put in their mind whereby, man, fuck, they could go out in the world and still do what they want to do. And they still ain't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, still don't fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, so, like I say, it's a beautiful thing to be in this faith. You know. And I pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai continue to heal that brother. Bring that brother back to his rightful mind, whereby, I mean, he in his rightful mind, you know, bring him back whereby he could go down the highways and byways and teach this word, even though he's still doing his videos. You know, all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, brother. To water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for you. You know, because you was an inspiration in this faith to me. You know, you are inspiration to this faith to me. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it's a fearful thing, like I say, to fall in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to come out of this faith after being in it so long and knowing the terror of the Most High, what he could do to you. You know, what he could do to you. And I truly believe that this brother, like I say, is a part of the 144,000 elect men that Yahweh Shem Yahushai choose on this planet, right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai done put this brother through the fire. He was tried. That brother was tried. Yahweh Shem Yahushai tried that brother, and that brother and he passed. He passed that test. Now all you gotta do is continue to push on. You know, keep the faith, keep believing, and keep doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And I applaud that brother for this. You know, I applaud that brother to continue doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, and I truly believe that he is a part of the 144,000 elect men that Yahweh Shem Yahushai choose from the foundation of this planet, from the creation. you know, from the creation. It's the book of Isaiah 43 and 7. And it reads, so even every one that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai create you, brother. He form you. He put that spirit in you. And you's a part of the 144,000 elect, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai choose from the foundation of the site. So I applaud you. And I pray that you continue to do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And stay strong and stay built up in this faith. Continue to do this way. Like I say, that testimony that put fear in me. You know, to see that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai could do such thing. And you know that there's a lot of miracles going to happen now. You know, plenty miracles can happen. But that's a miracle through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That brother's a miracle. He just ain't only a testimony. He's a miracle. And he realized that. You know, he been through that. He accept that. But he never gave up on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's a beautiful thing. So with that, I hope you brothers was edified. Until I come back with the next lesson. Shalom.